Hi all, in today's session we will see how to design a brochure for the purpose of a webinar. So we have discussed some of the selection tools. So by making use of selection tools and text tool, we will create a simple brochure for a webinar, and by the end of this session we will also see how to create a Google form for the registration purpose of a webinar and how to add that hyperlink into our brochure. We will also see how to generate a QR code, a free QR code into this brochure. So initially we need to create a new document. From the preset we can select one based on our requirement. Here I am selecting international paper size A4. The width and height will be automatically generated. We can choose the color mode according to our purpose. Here I am selecting RGB color. The resolution can also be given here. Here it's 300 pixels per inch. You can see the corresponding image size almost 24.9 megabytes. So it's a pretty large document. If you want the image size to be lower, you can go for a reduced resolution. I am clicking OK, and we have a plain document here. Initially we can just add one layer by opting this create a new layer. So I would like to add a color, background color. So have selected this color picker from this icon. So here we can select a particular color from this vast range of colors. Using this slider we can select from all the shades of colors. You can either select the color by this color picker, or you can manually enter the values here in these columns. So I am just selecting a particular color, clicking OK, and we need to apply that color to this layer. So here we have a paint bucket tool. So using that paint bucket tool, when we just click, our selected color will be applied to that layer. Then I am just going to use this text tool and type a title for the brochure. Here I have to change the color of the text. So we can see a text layer is created right here. So we can change the properties of the text by clicking on this particular tab. Here we can change the font, we can give font measurement, the line spacing, and other parameters related to the text can be entered from this particular window. So we have a title placed here. If you want to add some extra effects to the text, here on the layer panel you can right click and go to the blending options. Here there are several options to add extra effects to your layer. So if I am applying this bevel and emboss, you can see the change in the appearance of the text. So again, by clicking on that individual effect, you can make more adjustments. You can increase the depth, the style, technique, size, and several other properties can be changed right here. If you are satisfied with your effects, then click OK. Then we can place a particular image. Here this image is having a transparent background, so we just need to place it on our brochure. We can have many transparent images like this from internet. So I am just using the move tool and placing it in our work area. So now we will see how to insert a shape here. We have a rectangle tool right here. I am just using that tool to create a rectangle portion here. So we got a rectangle strip right here. It's created as a new layer. So again I am going to change the color. So again, by going to the text properties, so we have a text element placed here. Here also, if you want, you can go to the blending options. Then I am going to place a logo right here. So I am just moving that logo right here. You can see a white background is there. So we can make use of a magic wand tool here, because you can see the background is almost uniform in white color. So this selection will be enough to clear out the white background. You can see the entire background is selected. Just delete, deselect the selection area. Now your logo is ready. Then if you want, you can go to the blending options. You can just give bevel and emboss effect. So here I am going to place an image. So I would like to select a particular portion from this image. So I would like to use the elliptical marquee tool. I am just selecting particular portion and I am using the Ctrl plus Alt key to get a copy of this selection. So here we have that particular selection made by the elliptical marquee tool. So again, going to the blending options, I would like to give a small border to this picture. I have applied stroke effect here. You can go to the insert parameters. Here the black outline is not looking that nice, so I would like to change the color. We can increase the size of the border just by using this slider, or else you can enter a value here. If you are okay with your results, click OK. Then again I am going to use the text tool. You can give the name of the resource person, date, platform, etc. here. The text here appears to be a little bit cluttered, so you can select the text, go to the text properties. You can arrange the space between the lines using this option. So in the next step I am going to explain how to create a Google form and paste the hyperlink of that Google form document into our brochure. So we need to create an output from this particular Photoshop file, and we have to place that image in a Word document in order to create a clickable hyperlink, because in Adobe Photoshop it will be difficult to create a hyperlink into the JPEG file. So right now I will go to the browser. Here we can create a Google form. So just select the Google Forms, click on a blank form. You can give a title of the form right here. You can add questions here like participant name, designation, institution, like words. And if you want to add more questions, just click on add question, and you can add as many as questions using this add question option. You can either ask for an email ID right here by adding a question for that, or you can have the collect email address box ticked right here from the settings tab. So here we have the settings tab. If you click on the collect email address, all the email addresses will be automatically collected. Otherwise you can add a specific question for collecting the email addresses. So you can limit the responses from one individual to one by ticking on this box. So once a person has responded to the Google form, he will not be add a second response using the same Google account. So you can limit that response to just one entry by clicking on this. You have to save that. Then again go to the send form option. Here we have the link. You can shorten the URL by clicking here and copy the link. Your form URL is ready for copy pasting. So right now I am going to generate a QR code for that. just Google QR code generated free, then you will get a different kind of options. Just paste your URL here and you can save it. In different formats are available here. So your QR code is ready right here. Now we will just open that QR code. You can just place it right here, and now we need to make a clickable hyperlink into this brochure. For that purpose, we need to save this file. I'm going to save this as JPEG file. You can decide the quality of the file right here. If you want the maximum possible quality, slide towards the large file. Otherwise, you can go for a small file option. Click on OK. Now your JPEG output will be ready. We have a brochure in a JPEG format right here. Now we need to open MS Word, and we are going to just insert our brochure, and using this wrap text option you can scale this image. First select the wrap text option, go for the behind text option, then you can scale this image to fit the page. Otherwise you will be getting the white space leftovers right here. So if you are okay with your scaling, then you can go for a border. Right here you can select borders. Now we need to copy paste our hyperlink to this image. So first we need to insert a text box. For that, select text box. Here we are going to copy paste our Google Form URL. Copy that, paste it here in the text box, and you can move your text box to a convenient position. So when we just press on enter, you can see the hyperlink activated. Right now it's activated. If you want to check, just we have one more step to make this entire box area working as a hyperlink, because if we save this document as a PDF, then we need to exactly click on this text inside this box in order to make this URL clickable. So we need to make this entire box activated for the purpose of clicking on this URL. So again I am going to select this box, right click it, and we have hyperlink option right here. Go to the address bar, paste your URL, click on OK. Now your hyperlink is ready. You can change the color of the text box. So if you can go for a test, save as, you will save it as a PDF document. Now we will see if our document is ready. So right here we can see our brochure is converted into a PDF document. Just click on the hyperlink. You can see your registration form is activated from the URL. So following these steps, we can create a brochure within a limited time. I will explain the steps very briefly. First of all, we have selected a preset, then we just created a background layer, then we added a background color using the color picker tool, then we placed a title for the brochure using the text tool right here, then we applied some effects to the title by right clicking the text and taking the blending options. We created a bevel and emboss effect onto this title, then we just placed an icon of a camera right here, then we inserted a shape in the form of a rectangle right here, then added another text material, placed a logo here, then using the magic wand tool we just deleted the background white patches of the logo, then again we just inserted an image using the selection tool. Using the elliptical marquee tool we created a elliptical selection and we have added a white border to that. Then the final steps were adding a QR code and adding a hyperlink. For that we went to a free QR code generator. Initially we created a Google form and copied the URL, then just placed it into the website, which helped us to create the QR code. Then we saved the QR code as a PNG file, then we placed it right here in the bottom portion. Then again we saved our output into a JPEG file format, then we opened that file in a Microsoft Word software, then we applied a small border to the document, then using the insert text box option we created a text box, and inside the text box we pasted the URL and created a hyperlink. That's all regarding preparing a very simple brochure for the purpose of a webinar. Thank you for watching.